This is a little Artic 400 2000 model, I believe. Little 400cc liquid cooled single. A lot of people probably wonder, are they good quads? Because they're kind of on the cheap side. I just finished fixing this one up a bit. The really good thing about them is they got a Suzuki engine in them. A lot of people don't know that. They're really not really a bad thing about them, but they have a Suzuki engine in them. And the reason is, the good thing is that Suzuki makes killer motors. They're just really, really good motors. They tend to have good oil pumps. They're well machined, well designed, and so quite robust and good for longevity. The bad thing is that because Artic didn't build their own engine, when you buy parts for this thing, especially the motor, you know, you're paying from Suzuki to Artic to the dealer and then to you. So there's an extra middleman in there. And so they tend to be prohibitively expensive. It's a four-wheel drive. It's independent suspension in the rear, but yet still a solid axle. So it's got like a swing arm, kind of like a motorcycle, I guess, and then two shocks back there. So it's a nice riding quad. Runs good. It's carbureted, single cylinder. Like I said, liquid cooled. I just changed the oil and filter in it, and I changed the fuel valve, the petcock, because it wouldn't shut off, and so it was flooding the engine with gasoline. The regular rectifier had shorted out on the frame in behind here, and when you turn the key, it would actually short out, but it wouldn't blow a fuse. So you'd see the battery, the neutral light, just drain pretty much instantaneously, but yet not blow a fuse. So that's the deal with that. Regular rectifier was shorting out. So I replaced that. The ignition was missing. I put a couple toggle switches on there on the side. One for the ignition, one for the lights. People do this a lot. They lose the keys, old quads. You know, if you leave them in the pasture, cows tend to pick them out, believe it or not. And in a way they go. Cows like high tension leads as well, apparently. So just found that out recently, the hard way. Yeah, bled the brakes. Really not much to say about it. It's a really good quad, though. If you're thinking of buying one, you know, the engine's really good. The axles, the CV axles are readily available. The wheel bearings, the tires are a common size. You know, it's got a pretty big space under the seat for a battery of whatever you want to put in it. So I just had a spare 18 YTX 18 or YTX 19 US battery I put in there. Yeah, that's about it. Cleaned the tank. It was full of water. That's pretty typical. Not full of water, but there's enough water in there that it wouldn't run right. It's missing one of the side panels. I got it for sale right now. Been riding it around the farm. And yeah, good quad. Got good racks on it. Got a nice little carrier on the back. Lights work good. Everything else works good. So yeah, don't be afraid to buy one of these things. They're really quite simple. It's got a Mikuni carburetor on it. It's got a Mitsubishi, I believe it's a Mitsubishi CDI box on there. I could be wrong on that, but definitely Japanese. It's Mitsubishi or Hitachi. Usually one of those. Yeah, good little quad. Go for it. Anyways, just thought I'd do a quick video on it. And I won't start it up because it's winter time. It's in the shop and it'll gas me out. So anyways, let's hope you found that useful. There's a little pull start on here. There's a reverse here, high low gears. You just pull it up, flick it forward, and then the reverse is on the other side right here. And then it's a foot shift, heel toe shift, kind of like a Harley Davidson cruiser sort of thing. Yeah, so that's about it. It's pretty. What makes this a really good quad, the reason I recommend it is because they're really simple. There's not a lot on this thing, you know, to go wrong. It's pretty common parts in a lot of ways. You know, the tires, the brakes, It's got one caliper on the rear, in behind here, and then there's one on the front, I believe, one or two. Yeah, there's two. There's two. So it's got 3 disc brakes on there. Common pad sizes. Yeah, so really simple. If you're in the market for a quad, that's always what I look for. Unlike this thing here, it's a 2015 TRX 500 Rubicon, and it's bristling with electronics, and so the 4-wheel drive doesn't work because there's a motor in there that engages, and you know this is fuel injected with sensors everywhere, and yeah, man. So if you're looking for a good work quad, I mean, these aren't sexy, but man, they really do the trick. So hope that helps. Anyways, a lot of people get into this, and you know they're green at it and they don't know, you know, and there's all these biased videos on YouTube, and you know, it's really hard to get an honest opinion. I've got no skin in the game with this thing. It's just a quad I bought, fixed up, and kicking it out the door. I got too many quads. I got 1, 2, 3 for myself. Solid axle, same thing. The single carburetor, very simple, basic quads like the Suzuki Eigers. Same thing. This is air cooled, actually, even yet more easy and simple. Single cylinder, air cooled carbureted machine, solid axle. This ride's a little rougher, the Eiger, because it's got, you can see the difference. It's just got 1 shock in the back. Well, it's got 2 shocks, but it's not independent. What makes this smoother is that it's got independent swing arms back here. So there's 1, and then there's 2. So anyways, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is a differential by Suzuki as well. I could be wrong with that. Maybe Artic makes it. But what makes me think it is because the caps look suspiciously familiar from Japanese stuff. But I could be wrong on that. But definitely a Suzuki motor, and single overhead cam. I believe it's rocker style, actuated valves, and really old school stuff they've been making forever with Suzuki. So anyways, hope that helps, and so I check in, and take care. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.